Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another show here today with the New York session. This is the 24th March, and if you can hear 24th March, that means you are listening to a live event instead of a recording. This morning, someone sent me a message saying, hey, you are live, but you're looking at yesterday's chart. I'm like, are you sure we're live? I think you're looking at yesterday's stream. So here we are. Once again, we'll try to battle our way through the markets here today, this morning. First of all, what we would want to do is we want to take a look at what news events we have waiting for us today. So looking on Wednesday, we had a bunch of news events on the euro overnight. So far, we have only Powell speaking later on. Ooh, what's this? We have the Gulag coming in too. Beautiful. All right, let's see what we got over here. Let's take a look at pound yen and let's see what happened overnight. So Asian session move came down really nice here. We identified this price moving below this area. Now we're coming up to the same 149-200 area. Let's take a look on the daily time frame. So daily came down. We rejected an area where daily rejected on the 2nd March here. Looking on the 4-hour time frame, we're rejecting that area as support to the left hand side, right around here, 148, 730, 700. We're rejecting that area right now. Looking on the 1-hour time frame. So first we need to identify is that if we're moving up right here from here, right? So where do we have support? So we're going to identify a support. Next, we're going to identify a possible rejection area, which is right over here. So this entire area is being rejected. And the only thing I see so far is that as price came up, we had a resistance to the left hand side, 149. We had another resistance at 149, 200. So looking for buys. I think looking for buys, we want to look above this resistance around here, 149, 400. If we look above 149, 400, we have a much cleaner range for price to move into towards, 149, 650, 600. So that's going to be a nice target there. So it's like a 20 pip range. 20 to 24 pip range. So I think that's a pretty decent range for price to move into, right, for buys. But if we're looking at from a selling perspective, I think a really good sell is going to be below 149 even, because if we break below 149, then we have this clean candle to the left hand side, which is like almost like 24 to 26 pip range over here as well. So I guess this is what I'm going to look at for today. Let's remove this, put a zone right over here, and yeah. There we go. Looking for buys above the yellow line and looking for sells below the yellow line. That makes perfect sense here. All right, let's take a look at this thing right here. So this is pound yen. This is the range. I don't want to trade within this range right here, right? Because this range is small plus, so it's like a 15 pip range, so might as well wait for price to break below 149. Looking at gold. Oh, gold tapped into our levels. It didn't really break through these levels at all. It just stayed within these areas here. Let's remove all analysis here first of all. And let's do this. Looking at the daily time frame, daily is basically rejecting the support. It's still in a massive daily consolidation. Looking on the 4-hour, 4-hour had a resistance at 1734, and seems like we're respecting it. If this candle closes bullish, but if it also closes below this resistance, that means we're respecting this resistance at this point. Looking at the 1-hour time frame, so this move up may be a fake out. Man, I don't like the way gold has positioned itself. It's in a ranging situation right over here. And with the previous candle closing with no wick at the bottom, this basically means that, it could possibly continue moving up or it could possibly continue moving down within this range. So looking down at the 15-minute, yeah, it looks pretty tricky because not only you got a minor support at this point, 1732, also you got a possible resistance area, rejection area around 1731 here as well. So yeah, I don't like gold at all. Maybe below 1730, 1731, maybe, but other than that, no idea at all. It's pretty difficult to analyze gold at this point. So I'm going to stick with pound yen to break below 149 or to break above 149, 400. So these are going to be my two areas I'm going to be looking at for today. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is Euro USD. Price start to retest and reject all the way back. I'll take a sell. Okay, looks good. The only problem is this candle closed like a weak bearish candle, so this may reduce the probabilities of price moving down. So you may want to keep that in mind. I got my resistance at 200, looking good. If we break below a current 30-minute weak rejection candle for sells. I'm not sure which pair you're talking about, but I'm gonna guess you're talking about pound yen here. I don't like this range. If someone likes this range, they can take a trade within that range. I just don't like that range at all. I like this better right here. See this below 149, clean candle. So you could have a clean move coming down as we break below 149. So this chart is a pound yen chart, entered on a 15-minute, close 50%. Nice. Close total of 95%. Yeah, it was a pretty good trade. I think this happened in the Asian session. Yes, happened in the Asian session. Oh, guys sent charts twice. 15-minute time frame, executed impulse buy trade here, keeping stop loss. Book 10 pips profit. Oh, nice, beautiful. Very nice. Good thing you secured profits, or otherwise would have been in a bit of a drawdown over here. So that's pretty good. Securing profits, it comes number one. Please explain why bearish bias and not seeing a bullish fib rejection on higher time frame. I don't use Fibonacci's, so I have no idea what the Fibonacci's are saying. All I look at are zones and where can we head off to based on the zones, right? So if we break above 149,400, we have clean candles to the left hand side. So I think it's a pretty good idea for price to move up, because if breaking above 149,400, you got clean candle, came down, it should mirror with the same way moving up, moving bullish at this point. Core durable good orders, what are they looking at? They're looking at bad numbers here. Okay, let's see what happens. You got flash PMI as well later on, so we're going to see how that plays out. This is a London session trade. Okay, how about 148,900? 148,900, there's a zone. 148,900, yeah, there's a zone over there. But if we break below 149 is a psychological number, right? It's an even number, whole number, psychological number. So if we break below 149, we're expecting volume to continue price moving down. That's what we're expecting, right? So even if we have zone at 148,900, we're expecting volume to keep pushing price through this area because, we had the same move going up, expecting a same move coming down. All right, what's going on here? Gold. Resistance, make it small time frame. If you start to break, I try to take a buy or clean traffic to the left. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. Looking at the same areas here because, we got the resistance set at this point. Looking at 30-minute time frame for buys. Yeah, it makes sense above this area here. You're right. Above 1734, 1735. Not only we got this wick rejection over here, but above this area we have clean traffic going all the way up towards 1739. That's a 42 pip range over here, all the way up towards 1739. Entry once this high was broken. Nice winning trades, very nice. Support formed over here too, rejections. So far we're still waiting. Let's take a look at Euro JPY. Euro JPY, looking at the daily time frame. How far should you look when looking for key levels to the left hand side? As far as you can see a zone, right? So let's remove all these zones. Looking at the daily, we're rejecting this daily at 128,300. Looking on the 4-hour time frame, we're creating a support. And now we got to make sure if the support aligns correctly with the 1 hour as well. I bet we'll have to bring it down on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, yeah, there we go. We got to bring it down on the 1 hour time frame now. Right here, we got a support. Let's take a look on the 30-minute. 30-minute also same support. Perfect. So looking at the 1 hour time frame, man, this is just consolidating at this point. It's just consolidating, rejecting 128,700. So it's in a very nasty range, right? This is a 35, 32 pip range. Pretty bad range over here. I mean, the only thing is if we break above 128,700, excuse me, 128,700 right here, we got almost like a 24, 23 pip range. Pretty good idea for an intersession trade over here. You know, intersession trades normally mean the trades that you take within a session, you know. So this zone over here, this is a intersession zone right here, because this zone can be filled during a session, like New York session, London close, you know, so we'll have to wait for that. If we break below 128, 350, 300, let's see how far can we move into. So looking to the left hand side, oh, this doesn't look too good. Our entire range is down till it's not even that much. It's like from 128, let's say 340, 15, 16 pips down to this support right here, rejection. And then we got down at 128, 100. We'll see what happens, right? Your JPY, we'll see what happens. Because just like life, right? So when you look at life and you make plans in life, you know, at the end of the day, you realize, man, whatever plans we make for life, life has its own plan for us. Markets, the same thing. The same thing in the markets, you know. Whatever plan you will make for the markets, at the end of the day, market's going to have its own plan for you. Are you sticking with the 15-minute because the zones are bigger now? Yes, exactly. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This chart is, so you're worried about these zones? Yeah, I mean, if you're worried about these zones, we're basically expecting price to break through these areas with volume. That's what we're expecting. Would you not say we have clean candles? Let's take a look at this area over here. This is gold 15-minute chart. Clean candles, yes. 30 pip range, we do have clean candles. What do I have over here? Yeah, I'm basically looking at the 30-minute time frame, 15-minute time frame, right? So I'm keeping this area in mind as well over here. This area to the left-hand side, because that's also a like a resistance on the 30-minute time frame. Because if you look right here, right, looking at the 30-minute, we had some sort of a resistance form. So I'm keeping this in mind as gold is coming down. But it's different on the 15-minute because the 30-minute also had a rejection right over here too. So we'll see what happens. You know, it's a very delicate situation between gold and pound yen over here. I find it hard to find logical stop losses around 10 pips these days on GJ. Candles have a lot of volume. Yeah, that's true. When candles have a lot of volume and your stop loss is not 10 pips, it's going to be 15 pips, you know, 14 pips. Because if the stop is bigger, then the take profit is proportional to that, you know. So if you think like, you know, your stop being big is going to have like a bigger risk attached to your trade, then you might want to lower your lot size at that point. Are you going to wait for the close on the 30-minute or wait for an impulse entry? Well, I guess we'll have to wait for the candle to close, right? Because want this candle to close bearish and the next one to break the low to continue down, or we'll see, but not this candle. Have to wait for the next candle. All right, what's going on over here? We have safer buys above 149,400, looks good. Sells below 149, same idea. Yeah, let's see what happens, how price positions itself here. Let's take a look at this chart, and then we're going to take a look at pound USD. All right, perfect. Let's take a look at pound USD over here. Pound USD, remove all analysis, look at the daily time frame. Wow, daily is really bearish over here. Really bearish on the pound. 4 hours creating a possible support. If you have a support form on the 1 hour time frame right over here as well, 1.36800. And we're creating a resistance, 1.37400. Let's take a look on the 30-minute time frame. Ooh, seems like we're coming down over here. We're coming down. The only thing that may cause an issue is right at this point at 1.37030. Maybe right there we might have some sort of an issue at that point. 30-minute candle is about to close in 11 minutes. 15-minute candle right there. Yeah, this is perfect. I mean, if we stay bearish and if we keep breaking below 148.960, I think that's going to be a very, very good opportunity for price to continue down. We got like a 20 pip range, and that could be a very nice 20 pip win. So we're going to stay calm and we're going to wait for the candle to close. So sit back tight. We got 10 minutes left. Let's take a look at this USD CAD chart over here. USD CAD, price has broken support. Okay, makes sense. Price had a minor push down, then got rejected, came back in the range. Entry on the close. Okay, entry as previous high breaks of the previous candle up. Potential bearish fake out. See what I would want to see over here is I would want to see some sort of a retracement down to this area and then a continuation. That's going to make sure that I have enough range for price to move up. Or actually, you know what? Let's take a look over here. Yeah, let's take a look over here. Remove all analysis. So you're right. We have a support. Price broke below support. Coming back in the range. We have clean candles going all the way up towards 1.26. Looking at 15-minute time frame. Yeah, I would want to see some sort of a retracement and then a continuation up. That's going to be a much, much better trade. You know, and okay, so here's one thing I'm thinking about when I'm looking at this, right? I'm thinking about two things. Number one, if the next candle continues moving bullish, I'm thinking about how could I have had an entry when that's happening, you know? So maybe once we broke the high over here to come back in the range to continue up, maybe that could have been a pretty good entry. Or the second thing is, if we retrace down to create some sort of a minor support on the 15-minute or even the 5-minute for price to continue moving bullish. So those are the two things I'm looking at right now as I look at this chart. Let's take a look on the 4-hour. Oh wow, it's galloping right now. I feel like GJ might retest the low at 149.570. Yeah, if that happens, that's more pips. Mr. Ollie Gabriel, stupid question, but how do you get your box tool to be like a horizontal ray tool? Oh, it's pretty easy. Pretty easy, sir. You go here, you right click, you go to settings, and you click extend to the right or extend to the left. Wouldn't you consider the 15-minute time frame more risky, or are you using the 15-minute based on the fact that it's a Wednesday and you're expecting a lot of volume? Yes, I'm expecting a lot of volume here. Expecting a whole lot of volume today. So as I wait for this candle to close, I know that this candle can continue moving down, you know, and I also know that that before it moves down, it may close, you know, somewhere over here too, and we get the opportunity in the next candle. So I'm looking for the opportunity in the next candle to continue moving bearish. What if you don't want to take the impulse entries because you find them riskier and they end up playing out? Then you take the safer entry, but they end up losses. Now you are down. Well, that statement looks like you're pretty down at this point. So I'm going to say the same thing as I say again. You have to see how you could have been in the trade. That's it. You know, and impulse entries, man, trust me, it took me around 7 months to come up with the perfect idea of impulse entries. You know, 7 months. People who are sending me direct messages on Zoom, I would really appreciate if you send messages publicly, you know, instead of privately. Let's take a look here. Gold. Potential buyers above 1736. Yep, looks good, looks good. So you're looking for sells below 1723, which is safer rather than sells within this range. Okay, that looks better too. So you got a much safer plan here for gold. So let's say we got a support down at 1723, 1725. Really, really, really strong support over here. And if you break this area, obviously we can continue moving down towards, you know, 1719, 1720. These are the areas we have marked on previously before the Asian session started yesterday. So we're going to see how well this plays out now. Did you invent the impulse entries? No, I did not invent the impulse entries. But I did put forward the idea, though, of the basic simplicity of impulse entries. Could you look at this UJ chart? UJ waiting for a retest and goes bearish to break the low, then take a sell. Maybe you want to make a zone maybe right over here. And then we have this clean candle coming down, you know, and then we got the support here, and then we got another support, pretty small range, and then clean candles coming down. Or maybe if we, like, you know, break above this area, that could be something we can look at. Ooh, GJ is falling over here. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for this candle to close. You know, if I could have taken an impulse entry right over here. 10 pip stop, 11 pip stop, but can we still move down over here? Do I want to risk it? 30-minute candle coming down, 4-hour candle rejecting that area, daily candle also like this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for this candle to close. I don't want to take an impulse entry now, because if I take it now, my stop is going to be a little bit bigger than I expected it to be. Ooh, Caesar took that sell. Okay, nice. This is gold 4-hour chart. Sells below 1721. Okay, looks good, looks good. Clean candles coming down. Buys above 1745. Perfect. So you got a plan over here. Now you got to wait. Buys above 1745. May also want to take a look at buys above 1734, since you got this clean candle here through left hand side, because that's something that you can achieve today, you know, if it happens. All right, let's take a look at GBP AUD. First, we're going to take a look at this analysis. GBP AUD. If the current candle broke down body, I was thinking to take a buy. Okay. Or is it too late to take a buy? I mean, should I? Current. Yeah, I think would have been really tricky over here. Let's take a look at this point. So, right. So let's remove all analysis. We're coming up, looking at the 1-hour time frame. We want to take a buy. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe taking a buy above this area would be much better, you know, because you have a clean candle here above this area, 1.8300, right? Clean candle over here for price to continue moving up. I think this is going to be a much better idea to look at. This candle is about to close in 3 minutes, which is pretty good, which means if the next candle breaks the low, it's going to be a very nice move coming down, and that's something I want to execute on. So let's take a look at it from a selling perspective here. If we break below the low, how far are we coming down? We got a support somewhere around, yeah, I think we got a zone around here, 1.79650 for price to come down. So we're going to see how this plays out. Also, we also did break below this area here too. All right, GG is about to close in 3 minutes. We're looking good. How to send you a pic of our trade in your Zoom? Well, first of all, you can't send it in the Zoom because you're not in the Zoom. And secondly, I think you can. There's a description on how to send a chart in the YouTube chat. All right, what's this here? Pound yen, 15 minute. What about planning to sell the zone? No, I don't. That doesn't matter to me right now, you know, because I'm going to take a sell once we break below this low over here at this point. Then I'm going to take the sell, you know, and that's going to ensure that we're breaking through this area here as well. So which is why I'm not taking an impulse entry right here. If the next candle breaks the low but no upper wick, how do you change your perspective? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Because what if scenarios, I don't do too many what if scenarios, you know. What if scenarios confuse me. So I stay away from what if this or what if that. I just focus on if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. We're going to execute the trade and then we'll see what we can do. Let's see here. We got 1.5 minutes left over here. Let's take a look at this chart from Tomer from the YouTube. Let's see right over here. Let's see what we got. We got, ooh, GA sells below this area for price to come down. I think you got this sell over here. You had a sell stop, probably. All right, look at this. Look at the 1 hour candle. 1 hour candle is at this level over here. We got to make sure if it's closing below or closing above. Looking at the 30-minute time frame here as well. 30 minutes closing bearish. Looking at the 15-minute. You know, ideally, I would want the next 15-minute candle to retrace up and then break the low so I can take a sell. That's what I would want to see at that point. And I think we're going to get it. It's going to be a very, very good trade. Trust. Let's take a look at this chart. This is a gold 15-minute chart. Oh, nice. Beautiful. You took this trade. Very nice. Took it and probably secured it. All right. We got 30. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at the way it's closing. If it closes back in the range, that's going to be terrible for sells. That's going to be absolutely devastating for sells. Because not only it's respecting that on a 1 hour time frame. Wow, look at that move. It's respecting that zone right there. Good thing I waited. That was a very good thing I waited. Closed above the area. 30-minute candle closed above that area. 15-minute candle closed above support. There's no sells at this point. We closed above support. Right? I think the only thing now we can take a look at is what will happen if we break the high on the 15-minute for price to continue up. Maybe that could be a pretty good trade, right? So we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, we'll have to wait. It's still in this range now. And this range from this resistance is around 20 pips. The only reason I was waiting for the candle to close is because this was the first candle that was coming back down to the support area. You know, and from impulse entries, what I've seen is that if it's the first candle coming down to the support area, it's mostly important to wait for that candle to close, because more often than not, if that candle is probably going to close below support or at support, and the next candle will give you the confirmation for price to continue moving down or moving up if you're looking at a close at a resistance or whatever the price is doing at that point. I feel like giving up on GJ and trade only gold. I've been getting good wins on gold. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's it. Your plan is right there then. Just focus on gold now. Would you do clean analysis on Euro AUD? All right. Let's take a look at Euro AUD. Best way to do analysis is to send your own analysis, because if you do your own analysis and then you kind of like match it up with someone else, that gives you much cleaner insight, right? So looking at the daily time frame, we're basically rejecting a very strong area of 1.56 thousand. Looking at the 4 hour, we're coming down, possibly doing a correction to continue moving up. Ooh, keeping an eye on pound yen over here, below 148.920. Below 148.920. Right, let's take a look at the 1 hour time frame over here. So 1 hour time frame is creating a support. Okay, right, we got a support formed. Looking at 30-minute time frame, we're consolidating at this point. Looking at the 15-minute time frame, yeah, we're just ranging over here on the 15-minute time frame. I think the only way price can continue moving up if we break above 1.55350. We break above 1.55350. Our first range is right up till, 1.55, 555, you know, got like a 20 pip range, 18 to 20 pip range at that point. Let's see here. If we break below support, you got this wick fill on the left hand side. This is around 10, 11 pips. Yeah, not that much at all. Not that much at all. So it's going to be tricky because it's ranging right now, so you'll have to wait to see what happens here. Gold is still respecting this area right here. Respecting the support. Pound yen also being tricky. See, now this is interesting. Either we need to break below 148.920, or this candle needs to close bearish and the next one can continue moving down. That's something I'm looking at over here. And I think it's going to be amazing sells if we do continue moving down. Got in on a buy on GJ, lacking patience but still in good standing. Well, that's a pretty good indication of lacking patience. All right, let's take a look at this chart. Euro AUD, first time basing a trade on the 1 hour candles, closing bullish. I would expect a buy order to retest resistance. That makes sense. Plus also you're keeping in mind the smaller time frames here as well, you know, because we're ranging at this point. Is it possible GJ does a retest and go up? Yes, mate. That's possible as well. You know, but I'm looking for buys above 149.400 on pound yen. Or if we get an opportunity right here, I think that's going to work as well. So let's see what happens here. Let's take a look at this chart. This chart is saying, ooh, too bright. US 30. First thing in the morning, man. It's like flashing lights. Clean candles to the left. Looking for support to form to enter buys. I think it's going to be much better if you kind of like look for a break above this area here. Because you got clean candles here to the left hand side. And then also keep in mind this zone here to the left as well. You know, as we continue moving up. But it should make sense for price to continue up because you got clean range to the left hand side. Hey Raja, if this candle closes with no wick, but the next candle breaks the lows, will you take sells? Well, Mr. Professional Lightyear, we don't know whether this candle will close with a wick or not, so we will wait for that, right? It's much better to wait. Does anyone from your group streams London? I think there are a lot of people who stream London. There are a lot of people who stream London. You can find them on YouTube right now. Can I have your thoughts on this trade? I know the zones are very choppy, but my trade was based on the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour had to make a bottom wick. Gold, moved my stops above 15-minute candle, closed 90% at 11 pips. Nice. Nice, pretty good. So you were basing the whole move off to the left-hand side, but it is what it is at this point, right? Oh, we got 2 wins on Luke's stream. Okay, let's do this right over here. YouTube.com. What was it? Luke trades London. Was this it? Oh yeah, this was it right over here. Luke trades London. Yeah, Luke from our group in Market Fluidity, he trades London session every day. So you can go through here. Really good trader, really patient, you know, knows how to read candles. I mean, yeah, it's pretty good. You guys got 2 wins today. And it's free too. It's free. Free streams for London session. We got free streams for the Asian session. Free streams for New York session. Man, it's just amazing. Free, free, free. Can't beat free. People still complain about free. Free money 24/5. Coming at you like a speed of light. Hey, can you tell what you think about my trade from London? What you think about my trade from the London session? Let's take a look over here. London session, pound yen, seems like a nice rejection. Okay, took a buy, price came up. Did you manage risk over here? Managed risk, so lost 4 or 5 pips. Yeah, pretty good. It is what it is at this point, right? Maybe price rejected a level to the left hand side. I mean, maybe it rejected this area to the left hand side, you know, but it is what it is, you know. But you managed risk, so that's pretty good. What you know, rolling about in the deep end. Oh wow, look at that rejection. No sells at this point. No trades at this point right here. Let's take a look at this idea here. GJ buy and sell ideas for the day according to me. Potential sells below 148.900. Okay. Looking below this area, which is also below the wick. Looks good. Buys above 149.200. Okay. That looks good. I'm looking for buys above 149,400 basically. 149,200. Oh, you're looking for buys above this area here. Okay. Okay, this makes sense. How big is this range? It's like a 18-20 pip range. Yeah, we'll take a look at that idea too once we start breaking above 149,200. Didn't realize that was a 20 pip range. Yesterday, Mac had a pretty good stream yesterday. YouTube.com. You go to YouTube.com. You go to Mac Attack. Mac Attack. Yeah, they had a pretty good Asian stream yesterday. Kervin showed up. Ted showed up yesterday. Oh, yeah, look at that. Here you go, Gulag. Here's another for this. Oh, people are missing Caesar in the Gulag. They're like, oh, poor Caesar. Nah, Caesar's fine. Don't worry about Caesar. All right, we're breaking above this area. You know, I want to be very patient about this. I don't want to take a buy over here right now. I may want to wait for break above 149,200 or break above 149,400. I know some people are in buys right here as we broke the high, which is pretty good. But I'm going to be waiting for price to break above this area to take a buy. Already have a loss from yesterday, so I got to be very careful about another trade I'm going to take, because any trade I'm going to take next, I have to make sure that I'm 100% confident it's going to move in my favor. Because already have a loss from yesterday. As I said, I don't want to take another loss. 2 losses in a row, man, no good, no good. Ooh, looks like Euro AUD is breaking down over here. 30-minute candle is going to close in 19-20 minutes. 15-minute candle still open. It's a very delicate situation over here, and the reason why is because we have rejection here, rejection here, rejection here, rejection here, right? And this is the candle that's coming below this area, and we need this candle to close below this area, right? If this candle can close below this area, that means that this candle is doing something what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles couldn't do. You know, and that's going to pave the way for the next candle to continue moving down. So even if you're taking a trade on this candle, I think it's going to be risky. So I would say maybe go with a lower risk and maybe add risk back when the next candle starts moving bearish. Because, right, this candle has to close below this area here first. So patience is of the essence here today. Can you please check this trade on gold? What could I do better next time? Let's take a look over here. What could you do better? I think it was a good trade. What happened here? You have nothing written, but I think, yeah, I think it was a pretty good trade over here. Sell below, you got to win. I mean, pretty nice, to be honest. 15-minute candle is about to close in 2 minutes. 30-minute candle is still open over here. We're rejecting that support. 1-hour candle is also rejecting that support. 4-hour time frame, we're bullish at this point. Daily, yeah. See, now what I want to take a look at is if we're bouncing, okay, look, right, this concept here. If we're rejecting a 4-hour support, which is a high time frame zone, then we should break above the smaller time frame zone right over here around 149,200. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. So what I might want to do is with this candle closing, Raja Banks, are you looking to take a buy over here for price to continue moving, or are you going to wait for 149,200 to break? I think I'm going to wait for 149,200 to break. I think better than that, I'm going to wait for this 15-minute candle to close with the wick on the top and then take a buy. I woke in profits, might not take any trades today. Oh, nice, man. Congratulations. Woke up in profits. If the GJ creates support, then I'll be looking for a buy, and with pre-New York volume, I'm anticipating price to break above. Oh, nice. Yeah, I guess I'm going to jump on that wagon here with you. This candle just needs to close. Do you journal all your trades? Yes, I do journal all my trades. Raja really is the reason many people have started trading. So many people are doing well thanks to him. Sharma is a really knowledgeable trader. She's my mentor, and I believe she also part of Forex family. Yes, that's correct. Are you entering based on a break of the 15-minute high with the next candle? No, no, not really. I basically want this candle to close with the wick on the top, and then I'm going to take market order right there. It's not going to be an impulse entry. It's going to be straight execution with stops below the 15-minute candle and anticipating it to continue bullish. If it closed with a wick on the top, so it needs to retrace a little bit. But if it doesn't, then it's going to get pretty hard, right? Because then, I mean, stop is going to be 16 pips. I don't really like that big of a stop loss because that means I have to reduce my lot size. And then, I mean, the resistance is like 9 pips away, right? So from a risk reward perspective, it doesn't really make sense. It makes no sense. You guys seen the video? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. I need to control my greed and get better at risk management. That's correct. That is absolutely correct. Oh wow, look at that 15-minute candle on Euro AUD. Came straight down. Now if the next candle starts breaking down, we're off. Off to the races. This 15-minute candle is also closed. Do I want to take a buy over here on the retracement, or do I want to wait a little bit? Let's take a look at the 5-minute time frame. 30-minute time frame. Yeah, no, I'm gonna wait. I don't want to take a buy over here. I'm gonna wait for price to break above 149.200. Which car will your be next car you're looking for? I'm not sure. First I want to get a house. 3-car garage, and then try to get more cars or anything like that. Still got a long way to go right now. Euro AUD is blasting up over here. Crazy. Let's take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Oh, 30 minutes still open over here now. Yeah, it looks like 30 minutes is influencing this rejection at this point to the left-hand side. Yeah, I don't want to execute a buy. This resistance is like 9 pips away, so I have to wait. This is a minor zone over here as well, right? Really minor zone over here. If we break above 149.200, we got a wick fill 12 pips away, and then 149.400, 18, 20 pips away. Let's take a look at this GBP CAD chart over here. So GBP CAD, price created resistance, looking for impulse sell once candle broke below. Yep, makes sense. I like this too. I agree with this. 100%. If we can break the low, we're going to continue down. But if we start breaking above 1.72600, then we can continue moving up over here. This is like a 12 pip range here too. And then we got this area to break and then continue move up towards, you know, this price 1.72900, I guess. The only thing that's moving at this point is gold. If we break below, we're moving further down, 1728. Any reputable brokers accepting US Canada customers with 500 leverage? There's no reputable brokers in US Canada that accept customers with $500 leverage, because then you're possibly looking at, like, you know, offshore brokerages, crypto in, crypto out brokerages. How do you on TradingView to get your candles so small? From here, left hand side, and then the bottom side. You can do this. Looks like we're breaking below this area to continue down on gold. Looks pretty nice. 1727 right there. But I'm not focusing on gold today. I'm focused on pound yen today. And we're going to see what we can get out of pound yen here today. Looks like Euro AUD 15 minute made a liquidity grab to continue moving down at this point. Super very friggin' delicate situation, man. Shit. Alright, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is USD/JPY, no trade zone, waiting for a retest, probably looking to get into this area. I think you got a better chances of buys about 108,750. And then probably sells below, I would say right over here, 108,600. That looked good. Clean candle to the left hand side. But also, just also look to see how big your ranges are, right? Very important. If the range, mostly ranges on USD/JPY are pretty small. You got like a 12 pip range, 14 pip range. That's not enough range to take a trade. So there's a lot of waiting around on USD/JPY. After 50 trades, 2 months on a pair, should we look to see what has worked for us and only focus on that? Yes. That is correct. And I think you should also be looking at that as you go along too. Like, you know, as you keep on trading. Oh, look at that, right? See, it's coming down. Good thing I didn't enter a buy over there. Would have been in a drawdown at that point. GJ buys above 149, 170. Looks good. Sells below this area also looks good. A resistance on the hourly. Let's see how this plays out today. Do we break below 148,960 to continue down, or do we break above 149,200 to continue bullish? Gold, this also looks like it's getting ready to continue bearish over here. This 5-minute candle broke below support, minor support. Do you use Fibonacci's or trend lines? Nope. No Fibonacci's on trend lines. Whatever you see on the chart is something that I use. That's it. So this is what I'm looking at. As this candle's coming down, possible sells below 148,960. I'm going to execute right there. It's going to be a pretty nice idea to wait at this point. Do you have 149,200 buy limit? No, there's no buy limit. Buy limit means you're looking for a sell. I think you're talking about buy stop. Come on, man. Let's get our... Alright, let's take a look at this chart over here. Sells below 149. Buys above 149,200. Looks good, looks good. Hey Raja, how come the most recent wick low and not the previous 15-minute? I don't know. I think this one would make much more sense right here if we break below this area. Because then I have a bigger range, right? Then we got a bigger range for price to play into. But am I glad I waited? Wow, I am so glad I waited. Waited for the sells, boom, candle closed bullish. Waited for the buys, boom, candle went down. Back in the day, I would take these trades and I would say, man, every time I take a buy, candle goes down. Every time I take a sell, candle goes up. I don't know what's going on. It's because I was being impatient. You know, today, no impatience, just waiting. When you take a trade and go to sleep, what's your TP while taking an overnight trade, 10 pips? Normally, it depends on where the range is, right? I mean, if the range I'm looking at on the 4-hour time frame, then that's what it is at that point. You know, so it depends on a chart to chart. I think it's going to be better if you send a chart. Do you think the buys should be buys since price has made a new high on the hour chart and below? Well, the bias can be anything at this point. If we break below 148,960, 950, then the bias is sells. If we break above 149,200, then the bias is buys. You know, so we're just waiting at this point. Where are you going to put your stop loss? I don't know, probably in the middle of a range. Probably somewhere right over here. You know, 11 pips, 12 pips. So we'll see what happens. Learning patience from you, and I'm in profit yesterday and today so far. Oh, nice. Beautiful. On Monday, a similar thing happened here where the ranges become larger and then it follows rules perfectly on the higher time frames. Yeah, so we're going to see what happens. Euro AUD is really playing games over here. Some hard to get games. Why would you be looking to impulse now instead of waiting for the close on GJ? Because as we continue in the session, right, we're expecting volume to come in as we continue in the session. So you're anticipating volume with the next candle every time. So so this one here, I already explained why this was not an impulse entry, because this was the first candle coming back down to support. This candle, there was no impulse entry because we didn't break the low, right? So if this candle breaks the low, then we're expecting pre-New York volume to continue pushing price, right? And we're also moving into NY Open at that point, so that's going to bring more volume in. So we're just waiting over here. So you got to be very, very careful. Very careful. 30-minute time frame, GU, support form, previous support. Fake out move right here. Okay, looks good, looks good. Maybe you're looking for a buy above this zone over here you have on the top. Ooh, look at that rejection. Crazy. I took one winning trade and then I saw a new opportunity but didn't take it. And it was also winning. I don't know when to enter again for a second trade or not. Maybe use half lot. Yeah, you can use half lot and build confidence from there, because that's a confidence issue at that point. Man, I remember back in the day, almost like 2 years ago, people would come on the live stream and then they would buy dislikes for the stream. They would go to a website, they will pay money and buy dislikes for the stream. Yeah, man, people spending money on dislikes. Crazy. And then they stopped after 2 months. Because what they don't realize is that even if they dislike or like the stream, that's still engagement, you know, and YouTube still considers that as something good. They're like, oh, people are engaging over here. Likes or dislikes, it's just engagement. Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. Who did you say trade Asian session? Mac attack. Mac attack. What do you think about the durable order news coming in at 1 hour from now? Durable order is good. We're going to see what happens. I think it's going to have a very low impact. Yeah, it's going to have a low impact, so we'll see how that goes. But so far we're just ranging here, man. It's just getting pretty difficult at this point. We're also creating a low on gold over here around 1729, 1730. And if you break this area, we got a pretty nice clean range, 1820 range for price to go down to 1727. Is Dukas Copy a good broker? I have no idea. All right, we got 3 minutes left, and as this candle comes to a close in 3 minutes, we are in a range on pound yen. We're in a range. Hey Raja, do you think that caffeine affects your patience? I find myself jittery. Yeah, I've stopped drinking coffee. You know, I've stopped drinking coffee. I've switched to green tea, and man, trust me, green tea is so much healthier, so much better. You feel energized. You don't crash, like, you know, after green tea like you do with coffee. So I don't know. I think green tea with honey is working pretty good. Do you have any suggestions for US traders for a broker? Tradesway, I mean, you know, depends on where you want to go. If you want to go on the dark side, then you're looking at the crypto brokers, you know, the unregulated brokers. You got Traders Domain, you got maybe Hugo's Way, you know, so those people there. But if you want to stay on the light side, then you're looking at Oanda, FX Choice, Forex.com. Forex.com is pretty good. I've heard some people use that. Ooh, Plant Lover donated $5 today. Blessings, as I always wish you on IG. Oh, thank you, thank you. Do you pay commissions for your trades to brokerage? Yes. Let's take a look at this chart over here. GJ 30-minute chart. So I'm guessing you're looking for buys above 149.200, and I'm guessing you're looking for sells below, I don't know, maybe this red line? Or maybe below this area. Ooh, gold broke the low over here. This means it's going to continue pushing bearish at this point. You know, we may call a lot of trades, but it's not like we're taking all those trades, right? The only thing that concerns me about gold is this rejections here to the left hand side. This is the only thing that concerns me. What do you think about Goat Forex Broker? I have no idea. I haven't used it, so I have no comments on things I haven't used. 2 trades win on GA, done for the day, 10 pips in both trades. Oh wow, you are paid to wait. Nice, nice, very nice. All right, what's going on over here? We got gold. We got gold buy and sell idea for the day. So you're selling below 1725, which is much bigger support. I think it's much better on 30-minute time frame as well. And buys above 1735 up there. Okay. Ooh, damn. Close back in the range. Gold is really hard analysis here today. Yeah, buys above 1735 looks good. Sells below that area also looks good. Your trading view setup is so clean. Can you share? Yeah, just right click, go to remove drawings, remove all indicators, and that's it. And then basically the body of the candles and whatever colors you like, you can choose that there. Let's take a look at this USD CAD over here. USD CAD looking for sells, but these candles to the left raise some concern. Yeah, these areas here, right? They do raise some concerns. So I think if you do break below this area, you're probably expecting volume to continue pushing price down. The 30-minute candle has closed now in all time frames, and looking at the 30-minute time frame, man, this does not look good at all. Look, it closed like a weak bullish candle over here. Yeah, we're just ranging here now. We're just in a range here, guys. Oh, Stephen Quilty, €5 donation. Hey Raja, will you give a shout out to my cousin James Quilty, who's waiting patiently to copy your trade today? Hey, shout out James. Just manage your risk. Just manage your risk, James, and just don't fuck up. That's all I gotta say. You know, sometimes I manage my risk and people still they end up holding the whole thing, and then they message me later, hey man, I took this trade on the stream, man. It's a drawdown. What should I do now? Is Capital Hungry makes live videos like you on Asian session? No. So James Quilty, trust me, bro. I'm still waiting over here to take a trade. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is making its way down again once more. In your journal, do you ever write down how news, if any, affect your trade? No, I don't write down in any news. I rarely look at fundamentals, to be honest. I don't look at fundamentals at all. 0%. Maybe on the higher time frame, daily, weekly, like just knowing what's happening in the macroeconomic area. But other than that, I don't look at fundamentals at all while I'm taking a trade. Like if I'm looking for a sell below 148.950, I'm not going to keep in mind how the pound is doing on a fundamental level. At the same time, I would give two shits about what the fundamentals are saying if pound breaks above 149.200 or 149.400. It just doesn't make sense to me to look at that right now. Because here's the thing, news, fundamentals, they don't affect price on the daily, on the 30-minute time frame, 15-minute time frame. They maybe affect them on the higher time frame in the long run, but not on the short time frame at this point. So So yeah, I mean, we're just ranging at this point here. Pound yen is ranging, doesn't know what to do. So yeah, no trade over here so far. If a nice setup appears, what size trade are you taking? Well, it depends on your account balance in it, mate. I only have 1 month with trading, but my problem is I stay on the charts for more than 8 hours a day. What do you suggest? Damn, that's a full-time job, man. Are you getting paid full-time by that? 8 hours? I don't know, man. That's way too much. I think you need to cut them down to maybe like 3 hours, 2.5 hours. That's it. What are you even doing for 8 hours? You know? But I get it, you know. I used to do the same thing. I used to start the charts at like 5:30 and I'd stay on the charts till like 1 p.m., 2 p.m. And then I would look at the Asian session. And then sometimes I'd wake up for the London session. It was madness, you know, until I realized I need to just focus on maybe 3 hours a day, maximum 3 hours a day. That's way better. Hey Raja, nice to meet you. I'm from Hawaii. Oh, nice, nice. Long time watcher and never asked a question until now. In your journal, do you write down how you're feeling during your trades? Yes and no. I used to write that down, but now I don't, because I make a video of my of how my session went, basically. You know, so I talk myself through the chart, the trade I took, and then what could I have done differently, how could I have, like, you know, done better. Can you please hide the chat? Well, how about you hide yourself from the live stream and just leave? The chat's gonna stay here, man. Things aren't moving. Can anyone press the like button? Guys, the best watching you daily. Oh, nice, great work. Thank you, Il Julian. Donated $19.99. Yeah, we're still waiting here now. Gold is ranging here. Terrible, terrible range. USD CAD is at support. What a terrible, terrible price action here today. Just terrible. Yo, this is my analysis. I'm ignoring 15-minute time frame. All right. Okay, okay. So you're ignoring the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, the only problem I have here is this resistance right here. You know, currently formed new highs, making a support. If we support is formed, 30-minute can potentially go up. Entered on the, yeah, looks good, man. This looks good. Rookie of the year. The only reason I'm not taking it is because of this resistance right here at 149.200. That's the only reason. I see in the last period you're looking USD CAD. There is a specific reason or just your students? Just, you know, some people look at USD CAD, so I just look at it. What do you think about black bull markets? They're okay. Let's see here. Also, the 15-minute candle closed bearish on GJ, so no safe buys. Looking at the 15-minute candle, yeah, that's the thing. It's creating this minor resistance over here, the 15-minute time frame, because this 30-minute candle, it closed with the rejection, and the reason why we can say it closed with the rejection is because, you know, we have this bearish candle closing over here, so that's why there's a rejection there. So man, we gotta wait. We gotta wait. Oh, someone is saying Raja is profitable from all the donations. Well, it's not about that. It's about the value I provide. You know, if you provide value to a lot of people, things like that happen. It's very normal. So what a dumb comment to make anyway. Imagine I start charging for the streams like Daniel Savage. Imagine that. Imagine I start charging for these live streams here. I'm like, hey, for every live stream, you guys have to pay $100 a month. Imagine that. No one's going to complain at that point. Everyone's going to be like, oh no, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Raja, thank you. You know, different people provide different values. You know, he's a good trader, provides some value, you know, and different people provide different values. All right, let's take a look over here. So, sell stop below wicks, abort if price breaks 30-minute high time frame to continue down. Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. That's something I'm looking for here too, for price to break below this area to continue down. We'll see what happens. Break below this area and we can have a nice trade coming down. What was the hardest thing to become profitable? The hardest thing for me to become profitable was realizing essentially that the best way forward was to really just focus on 1 to 2 trades a day. That's it. That was the best way forward. To just focus on 1 or 2 trades a day. Assalamu alaikum, boss. For MT5 or MT4, we can't change password, so broker can access it anytime. My friend, broker can access your MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5 at any time they want, whether you change password or not. You know, it's just like you'll have to just put your trust in it. It's just like the bank can access your bank account at any time they want. So it's not like if you put a password in your bank account, the bank wouldn't know what you... No, it doesn't work like that. Oh, we got some gas money coming in from Mac Attack. Mac Attack donated $5. Here's some gas money. Thank you, thank you. That $5 is only going to be used to start the car. This probably burns $5 every time it turns on. That's funny. All right, GJ 30-minute chart. I'm looking for sells. 1 hour bearish, rejecting golden fib zone. Yeah, makes sense over here. If we break below this area, I think if we break below the previous 30-minute low, we can continue down. Look at this. Oh wait, was that the 1 hour chart? 30-minute chart. Okay, okay. Yeah, we're coming down now. It's pretty good. We're about to break the low on the 15-minute time frame over here. May want to wait for a break below, you know, 148.960. This is the 30-minute low right over here. Want this to break for price to continue down. And then I'm going to be executing a sell at that point. Once we break the low, I've seen this happen before. The candle closes bullish, a weak bullish candle. And then if we break below this area, we can continue moving down. Yeah, I think this will be a very, very good trade idea for price to move. We got a 20 pip range. I think it's going to be extremely good trade to come down. Where will the stop loss be? Ooh, look at that, man. We're coming down here viciously now. Getting stronger and stronger. GJ is getting some contractions here now. We're coming down. Stop is going to be around 11 pips, 12 pips. Right at 148.960. Gotta start pushing more here. Come on, GJ, you can do it. Weak bullish candle here to the left hand side. If this candle breaks the low of this weak bullish candle, that means we're creating a lower high and we're moving into creating a lower low, and we're also moving into NY open at this point, which will provide even more volume for price to move. So I think that will be a very good trade idea for price to continue bearish. Yeah, look at that, guys. We're coming down. Beautiful, beautiful short position open right over here. You know, we got a stop loss, 11, 12 pips right up over there, and really anticipating price to continue bearish. First towards, you know, 148.850, and then with volume we can continue moving down towards, you know, 148.760, 770. We can take a look at those ideas there. But yeah, should be pretty good at this point. Looking at it from a risk management perspective, what I might want to do is probably gonna, if this candle closes back in the range, the 15-minute candle, I'm gonna close 50% of my position at that point. If we close back in the range, but I do think we should be pretty good to go to continue down. How come you didn't wait for the 15-minute candle to close? I don't know. I explained everything, Lucas. I explained why I'm doing it, when I'm doing it, impulse entry, everything for that matter. Did you enter the trade? No, I'm dancing around over here. Come on, guys. What do you guys think on the gulag here? My entry is right here. 148, 970, 960 for price to continue down. That's my entry there. And if this 15-minute candle closes back above, 149, I'm going to be closing 50% of my position at that point. I may have to learn some other languages too. I think some people have language problems. Let's see here. What program are you trading with? MetaTrader 4. No, MetaTrader 5. Is it not possible that this 30-minute candle may wick like two previous candles? Yeah, it's possible. It's possible it can wick, but it's also possible it can continue moving down. So if we look on the 15-minute time frame, we can see the 15-minute time frame candle close below the candles here to the left-hand side, which creates a much higher probability for this candle to continue moving down. Now, if this candle starts moving above, let's say, 149.030, then I'm going to be closing 50% of my position at that point. Right? At 149.030, I'll close 50%, and then I'm going to leave the rest running. So that's my plan with this trade over here. So we shall wait. There used to be an amazing YouTuber that used to speak a lot of language. Too bad he passed away. Oh, yeah, that's super sad. USD CAD is ranging. Let's take a look at GU over here. GU is also trying to make its way down. It's trying to make its way down over here. Looking at 30-minute time frame, yeah, see the difference between GJ and GU is that GJ kind of like broke below this low, and GU is still above this area here, the support. Was still above this area. But if you do break below, we got a 24, 25 pip range for price to continue down. Gold is in this range here as well. Yeah, gold is really ranging over here. We haven't had mango juice power in a while on the streams. Yes, I'm all out of mango juice. I gotta get some today. Did you just take a sell on GJ? Yes, I have a sell on GJ. And I'm going to be closing 50% if this candle goes up towards 149.030. That's where I'm going to close 50% of my position. And then I'm going to leave the rest of the position running. So we shall wait and see what happens. Why is GJ not going up? Well, if it stays above 149, I think it's going to continue moving up. But if it stays below 149, then it means it's going to start moving down. But I think for buys, you should look at 149.200 for buys. Above 149.200. That's going to be a much better idea for buys. How don't you get tired of saying the same thing every day? Because it's easy to say the same thing every day. Gold closed 50%. Oh, when was this trade? Oh, I think this was earlier. Okay. Do you think GJ is hard this year? I think during sessions we've had a lot of ranging situations, which has made it difficult to trade. Yeah. I think during sessions it's ranged here quite a bit. I think the only problem I have with the 1 hour at this point is that the previous 1 hour candle closed above this range, and this 1 hour candle is a problem here now, because if it closes above this area, then it's going to make it very difficult for the 1 hour candle to continue down. But I guess the only comfort we're getting from price to stay bearish is that the 15-minute candle closed below the support. So that could potentially make the next 15-minute candle to go down, and then the 30-minute here as well, which kind of like broke below this area. But since it's coming back up, it's coming up to my point where I'm going to close 50%. So got to keep that in mind right here. Right? So for people who joined the stream from yesterday, you had your first day. Man, if this turns out to be a loss, I'm going to have 2 losses in a row. All right, looks like gold is making another move over here. Hello, Raja. I took FTMO. I built some confidence. Now I'm down 1% with 3 weeks to go. Any suggestions, please? I don't know. Maybe just focus on, just look to see why you took losses and how you could have done things differently. You know, those are very good things to look at that point. Let's take a look at this chart. So this is GBP AUD. Keeping special attention so I can manage my risk. Stop loss above the previous candle over here. You're looking for sells below this point here. Yeah, this looks good. So now you need a candle to kind of like break below the support to continue down. Oh, or you already took a sell over here. Yeah, I don't think this was a good sell. This was the same thing that happened on GJ right over here when this candle came down. I'm confident in GJ sell. 5-minute looks good. 15-minute looks good. We only need to break the low of the previous 15-minute candle. Yes, that's true. We only need to come down and break below this area for price to continue falling down. And then we're going to go downtown. When was the last time you were in drawdown for more than a week? I think probably like 2 years ago. 2.5 years ago. Pound yen 15-minute chart, sell below this area, looks good, looks good. I think if we do continue breaking down, we're going to continue going bearish. Can we add dynamic risk for current traders if confident? I think the only way you can add dynamic risk is if this candle breaks the low of the previous 15-minute candle. That's where you can add more risk to the trade for price to continue down. But yeah, so far we're just waiting over here. Eight minutes left for the 1 hour close. I don't like the 1 hour close. It's so weak. Yes, that is true. But we're waiting. But we are waiting. Well, I'm waiting. I don't know everyone else, but I'm just waiting for this trade over here. Whether I'm going to close 50% at 149.030 or I'm going to close in profits as price comes down. Oh, look at that. Come on, GJ, you can do it. Can we break below 148.950? All right, very nice, very nice. We're moving in the right direction now. Pound yen, beautiful, beautiful. Let's stay in that course, mate. Gold is also about to break below the lows over here at 1729. Are you securing some in this 10 pips? Of course. Of course I'm securing 10 pips. Oh, look at that. Gold is also about to break the low here. Right before NY open at this point. Pound yen needs a little bit of a push over here. No, I mean partials on 5 pips. No, I'm not taking partials on 5 pips. Why am I taking partials on 5 pips? Always 10 pips. If it's not 10 pips, then it doesn't make any sense. Right? Because taking partials on 5 pips, that's not going to cover the loss you had previously. Alright, what was your entry on GJ and did you base it on a 15-minute or 30-minute? This was based on the 30-minute breaking the low of the previous 30-minute candle. That's where this entry was based off of. The 30-minute breaking the low of the previous 30-minute candle, stayed in it on a 15-minute time frame, was going to manage risk if we came above 149.030. We didn't do that. We're coming back down here now, closer to NY open, and as the candle starts closing back within this range, I think the NY open can really potentially move price bearish here today. So what about the 5-minute support? It doesn't matter. 5-minute support is weak support over there, and if you do break 5-minute support, is basically this wick here to the left hand side. So if we break that area, it's still pretty good for price to continue bearish. Now, since this 15-minute candle has gone bearish over here, and we've made a high, right at this point, if price breaks its own high over here, I'm going to be closing 50% at that point. Make sense? I'm going to be managing risk if it breaks its own high. So you got to be very, very impatient with drawdown. So that's what I'm going to do. If it breaks its own high at 149.010, I'm going to close 50%. Ooh, gold rejected that area and went bullish. Damn. Do you think you got to stay humble to people's questions, especially when these viewers pays your mortgage? I don't give two fucks what you think, man. Do you care? I give a shit about what you think. You guys can leave and never come back for all. I mean, I don't care. These are free streams. If I cared about what you guys think, I'd be so nice to everybody. I don't give two flying fucks of what people think. I come here every day. I do my analysis. I take my trades. I make my money. I call it a day. So if you think I need to be humble because like YouTube pays this, I don't need to be humble at all. So I mean, I don't know what kind of a thinking is that, but you need to take that snowball thinking somewhere else. It's not going to work over here. I'm 34. I'm not some 18-year-old kid, 20-year-old kid to care about what you think. Trust me. So you need to relax there. I mean, come on, man. So yeah, we're still waiting here. I got to go get oatmeal, come back to the room to hear him saying something. All right. Let's see what's happening here. Oh, look at that. We're about to close in about 2.5 minutes. This is really testing my patience over here. I don't like being in drawdown, so I'm like very, very, what's the word? I'm very impatient when I'm in drawdown at this point. If people were paying monthly for the streams, then maybe I could accept that, like, you need to act in a certain way. But when you're paying nothing to come in these streams, then there's no reason for that. So we're about to close in about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes over here. 30-minute candle still bearish at this point. Yeah, so I guess this is going to be a risk management day over here. We'll have to manage risk in this trade here. I mean, I'll have to manage risk if we don't continue down. Do you close full positions when a candle closes against you? Um, just by looking on the 15-minute time frame, since it's a week confirmation time frame, what I'm going to do is if this candle closes bullish, I'm going to close 50%. Or if it breaks its own high, I'm going to close 50%. And if the next one breaks the high of this 15-minute candle, then I'm going to, okay. So right here, I closed 50% of my position. Right over here. Right? So now we're going to let it breathe, let it form. And based on that, then we're going to decide if I'm going to close the trade or I'm going to stay in the trade. So right at this point, again, I repeat, I closed 50% of my position right here.
Yo, Rakeel.
Hey, Luke, how's it going?
Bro, I don't know what just happened. I just gained like another 400 subscribers.
Oh, nice, nice.
For some reason, 900 now, nearly.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's amazing. So we got around 30 seconds left here for the candle to close here now. Let's see. Every time I come on, we lose. But if we lose this one, I won't be on here anymore. Oh, yeah, that's okay.
London session was beautiful. It was a very nice trade.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the charts and I'm like, wow, these guys probably got these trades in the London session.
Yeah, it was insane. It was absolutely insane, and the drop was so fast, like it normally did. Very nice. Thank you again, man, for that shout out.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's growing like it's a rocket right now. It's absolutely insane. Thank you, man. I can't thank you enough. Like,
yeah, no worries, no worries. So the 30-minute candle closed bearish here. I think I'm still going to stay in this trade. I think the only thing I don't want is this 15-minute candle to break the high of the previous 15-minute candle. Because if we break the high of the previous 15-minute candle, then I'm going to close another 50%, and then I'm going to leave the rest running. So really manage my risk here on the first 15-minute candle. So now I'm going to try to manage it on the next one. So what's this price? 149.015. What lot size are you using? I'm using a 15 lot over here. So right now I have 6 lots open at this point. I close the rest. NY session is to trap people these days, I think, with these ranges. Yeah, I think so too. Would you add positions back? Yes, I'm going to add position back once we start breaking below 148.950. That's the point. I'm going to add my position back. So yeah, let's just wait. Either it's going to be breaking the lows to continue down based on the 1 hour candle close. See, 1 hour candle also closed bearish. Looking at the 30-minute, we closed bearish here, breaking the support. We're moving into high volume time, and 8 a.m. usually brings a lot of volume. But at the same time, I'm making sure I manage my risk here as well. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. Gotta stay calm and gotta stay patient. So I'm going to add a position back as we start breaking the low at this point. When I add a position back, I'm going to keep my stop above this 15-minute candle right here. Around 149, like 8 pips, 7 pips, 8 pips. That's where I'm going to keep my stops. Because if we do break this low here at 148.950, then it's on. Then it's going to continue dropping with the volume in NY open. And that's going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing to continue down. Forex family, where is Forex family gang? They're here somewhere. All right, boys and girls, we're coming back in. Oh, look at that. Look at that, mate. This is it. We got to push down a little bit more, and then this is it. We are ready to Royal Rumble over here. Yes, there we go. We've broken the lows here now. Beautiful, beautiful. Nice. NY Open should continue pushing it down towards 148.850 here now. 11 pips left at this point. Very nice. Ooh, what's this? Someone's TP is about to hit on the runner. Oh, interesting. Very nice. Now we broke below this low. Now all we got to do is break below this wick over here and we can continue bearish.
It's nice.
Do you ever do swing sell stop trades? No. No swing sell stop trades. Isn't this a fake out for the price to go down? Yeah, could be. I don't see it though. I only see it breaking below the lows and breaking below support, closing below support for price to continue down. That's the only thing I see. So breaking below this wick is going to be monumental, and the reason why it's going to be monumental is because, look, right? If we break below this wick over here, this is going to be a break below this zone and this zone here as well. So that's going to be a very important area to break for price right here. If we break below this price, man, we are on our way going all the way down towards 148.760. But if we don't break it and if we kind of like start rejecting, so we got to keep in mind as well, right? Price can very well reject this area here too. So you got to keep that in mind too. So since this candle's open, since we're breaking lows and breaking hearts, we should continue moving down. Tighten first stop loss. I think if you want to tighten the stop loss, you can tighten your stop loss if you want. I'm not going to tighten it yet. I'm probably going to tighten it once we start breaking below 148.920. I'm going to bring it above the 30-minute candle. Right over here. I'm going to bring it at like 149.020.
Rakeel, did you add the risk back on?
Yes. What do you think about the possibility that the 4R is flipping bearish? Yeah, that could happen too. But for that to happen again, we need to break these levels over here. Alright, so the position I added back on, I closed 50% of that when we had this retracement. I closed 50% of that and I brought my stops at like 149.020 on the positions I have at this point. Yeah, adjusted the stops at that point. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, if it had to go, it had to go, but it's not, then it is what it is, right? Ooh, we're coming up. Yeah, at this point, I'm closing all my positions at this point, right here. I closed everything. Got out of the trade, closed everything. Doesn't make any sense at this point. Really expected it to go down. 15-minute candles breaking the high over here. It's just extremely messy at this point. So calling it a day over here. Because if we do close above this area now, then we're just ranging at this point. You know, volume didn't come in pre-New York. Expected NY open to continue driving price down. We also broke below the low, but you know, it's coming back up, breaking the highs. So from where the confidence is, it doesn't make any sense to stay in this trade over here any longer. So that's why I closed the positions. Risked 4,000, lost 1,500. Oh, wow. Damn. I risked around 2,600 and lost around 1,100. Just managed risk over there. Oh wow, someone risked $1 million and lost $30. Wow, that's even better. Your strategy sucks, losses and losses and losses. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, yesterday had a losing trade yesterday. Today also, I mean, was pretty confident we're going to continue down. We broke the low here, but you know, I guess it is what it is. I guess this area here is really influencing price to not go bearish right here. I guess that's what's happening. But it's okay. We'll try again tomorrow and let's see if we get some money tomorrow or not. See, gold is also ranging here. GU is also in a range. Let's take a look at your JPY. We're also ranging. Looking at GA. GA is also within this range. Hasn't really come down here at all. Yeah, we're all just ranging here today. You know, so better to take one trade and lose in a range rather than to try to take trades over and over again, try to predict where price is going to go. Ability to accept the loss, remain calm and composed. Oh, nice. Thank you, man. Yeah, look at that. Such a good decision to close the trade, right? Such a great decision to close a trade. That was a beautiful close right over there. Or the loss would have been way bigger. Look at that retracement, just breaking the highs, right? So you got to be very okay with closing losses. Like this was the perfect example. This was the perfect example of being really, really impatient with the loss. Really impatient with the losses. Didn't hold, didn't hope, didn't move the stop loss, tightened the stop loss, and just closed the trade. You know, no problem at all. Risk management is going to keep you in the blues, man. Trust me. So, yeah, that's it. I mean, hope for a low to break. Didn't really happen. Now we're coming back up, so we're going to see what happens here. Everything's just ranging today. Good morning, good morning. We're back. I hope you're biased gold more tomorrow. I have no luck with GJ. Oh. No luck with GJ. I think you need to focus on just one pair at a time, and that's really going to help you.
Hey, Roger, your mic.
Oh yeah, my mic is muted. Oh, there we go. I hope you're buying gold more tomorrow. I have no luck with GJ. It's not about. I think you need to focus on just one pair. Looks like someone's got the YouTube playing at the same time. Why don't you consider 50 SMAs because it's really working when price in the range? Probably not. I stick with this right over here. Price action. Can you speak about bias when trading? Bias in trading is when you see a zone breaking below or above, then that's where the bias comes from, right? I mean, of course, when you look at the higher time frames, you can create a bias for yourself. Like right over here, we can see the bias is bearish. But based on the smaller time frames, yeah, the smaller time frames were also indicating bearish at that point. Would you give your trade a second chance? Probably if we start breaking below 148.930 again. I'm going to be willing to give my trade a second chance. Let's take a look at this chart over here. Made support over here. Possible to break above this resistance. Looks good. Analysis looks good. Clean zones is perfect. So now all you got to do is you've identified the most recent zones. So now you got to identify if we break a zone, where will we go next? You know, maybe up over here, 149,400 could be a nice area. Hey Raja, what will you have done differently from this loss? What would I have done differently from this loss? I don't think I could have done anything differently on this loss because in my mind things made sense. You know, the the 1 hour candle may have, like, you know, formed some sort of uncertainty, but looking at the 30-minute time frame, 30-minute looks great. Closed below support, broke below the low. Everything just looked great, you know, but at the end of the day, market is always right. It went up, so we got to respect that, and all we can do from a losing trade is to just manage risk. That's all we can do at the end of the day. We can manage risk, call it a day, and, you know, it's going to be pretty good at that point. But if you take a losing trade and you get really sad about it, you get angry about it, you want to revenge that loss, it's never going to work. It's going to be a very hard day for you if you do that. Even losses with you feels like wins. Yeah, because it's managed losses, you know. Would you consider that as a 1 trade or 2 trade because you had position? I think looking at the time, I got like 45 minutes left for this stream. So I would say that was the only trade I would take, you know, unless we break above 149,200. I mean, if we break above 149,200 during New York Stock Exchange Open, I may want to take that trade. But other than that, if we stay in this range, it's going to get very difficult at this point. Man, my friends only show up when we're winning trades, not when we're losing trades.
How dare you to say that? How dare you to say that?
Guys, like, wait, what? I'm here.
I got my camera on because my hair is messy.
Oh, you're having a bad hair day?
Yeah, look at this, bro. At least I got hair, though.
I was gonna say, at least you got hair.
Why not burn anymore? I can only burn monthly with them now.
Yeah. I increased my lots and took 3 losing days back to back. Should I stick to increased lots or step back until things okay again? I think if you took losses, you need to take a look at what could you have done differently and what did you miss when you took those losses. That's what you need to look at. You know, and then you got to see how you can learn from those losses. This month has been rough for me. Yeah, this month in the last week has been pretty rough. You mentioned you blew 30,000 approx and then went grocery shopping. How did you change your mindset when you next sat down on the charts? It's so difficult not to revenge trade. I started a new account, and for me that was a new beginning. That was a new beginning because I just didn't want to look at the loss. I wanted to start a new account because every time I look at the history, I'd see that big red negative. You know, like, fuck that. I don't want to look at that. So I started a new account so I don't have to look at that big red negative. And it's emotionally, it's very challenging. You know, like when you lose a large amount, like 30,000, 40,000, and then you will start off back up again. Emotionally, it's very challenging because now you got to forget about that and you got to start on a new day as if nothing happened. You know, so I guess in a way, trading makes you kind of cold. Makes you emotionally, I think, cold. Because, I mean, there are 2 things people get emotional about. That's love and money. You know, love towards another human, love towards, you know, your kids, and money. These are the only 2 things we get emotional about. And if we cannot control emotions in these 2 things, both of them are going to fail. 100%. You know, if you don't control emotions when you're in love, it's going to get very troubling for you. You know, if you can't control emotions during money, it's going to get extremely more troubling for you. Can you tell me about how you learned Forex? How did you start your journey? Oh, actually, that was all recorded yesterday. So yesterday, I had an interview and we basically talked about everything yesterday. Conscious trader. Yeah, I guess I don't know how to spell conscious. Let me get that here for you guys. All right, so this is the link right over here. I'll paste it in the gulag here for you guys as well. Had an interview yesterday with Conscious Trader over here, and we went through a lot of information, like things I did, entrepreneur things I did in the past, like actually what basically led me to trading, slowly. So there were like basic affirmations we had, some things that made sense sometimes, and sometimes they didn't make any sense. So we talked about all those things too. So let me paste it in the gulag over here. High key. Managing risk trades is a lot of stress. I remember when I used to trade, moving my stop loss higher instead of following. Yeah, I used to do the same thing too. Whenever I would go in drawdown, back in the day, it's like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, the bigger my drawdown would get, the bigger the stop loss would get. I just keep moving my stops as the drawdown went up. Is there a time difference to my trading view 15-minute on my chart? The current 15-minute candle closed doji and nearly already gone to 149.080. Yeah, that's because on your MT4 you have spread. You have spread there. So that's why it happens. So here you go, guys. I'm going to share this link here with the Zoom as well. You can go here and you can watch that interview. It was pretty nice. I really enjoyed it. Everyone has the fear of losing money, and you never find a rich guy who didn't lose money, but you always can find a poor guy who didn't lose a penny. Difference is rich people, they manage the risks, so they never let the fear. Oh, this is absolutely true. Rich people, they manage the risks, so they never let the fear kill the opportunity. That is amazing. Pound yen 15-minute time frame. That's a very nice chart, Julian, with no analysis here. So let's do our own analysis on this chart. So we got a resistance right here, Julian. We got support right here. We're in this range. Bad range here. We don't want to trade this range. Break above 149.200 makes sense at this point. And then we can move further to maybe fill this wick here and move further. And if we break the support around New York Stock Exchange open, then possibly we can continue down to this area. Man, the last time I had 2 losses in a row was in January. In January, I had 2 losses back to back. Monday and Tuesday were 2 losses. So let's see how far this goes. Do you think the psychological level at 149 could have affected the trade we took? Yeah, I think so. I think so. There were confirmations on the 30-minute, and that's why I stayed in the trade. But good thing I managed it based on the 15-minute time frame. So we'll see what happens. When does NYSE open? 9:30 in about 1 hour and 10 minutes. All right, let's take a look at USDJPY over here. We're coming down over here at this point. We're coming down to a potential support area on USDJPY. And if you break this area, see, this is the range on USDJPY. It's like a 4 pip range. Not even 4 pips. I'm being nice saying 4 pips. Looking at the 30-minute time frame. Look at these ranges on USDJPY. So small, such garbage. Look at this. This is like a 4 pip range, and below this you got a 5 pip range over here. What can you do? Nothing. What was the mistake you did it get you out on this trade on GJ? There was no mistake on this trade. There was no mistake. Everything looked good. We just managed risk because price apparently didn't want to go down. So trade 1 GJ sells all together. What did I lose over here? On both positions. Okay, not bad. Lost around 7 pips. Minus 7 pips altogether. Had 2 positions, so altogether lost 7 pips. Yeah, we're just ranging here now. We're in a range. USD/JPY is also in a range at the support. GA is also in a range. This is a ranging day here today, guys. Are you going to take another trade today? Probably not. Maybe if we break above 149.200 later on, maybe I may take that trade. But I'm not sure. Or if we start breaking below here again, we'll see what happens. But I'm going to be right back. I'm going to get some coffee. We got like 6 minutes left for the news as well. And the candle to close, so I think it's a good time to do that. Minutes left for the news as well, and the candle to close, so I think it's a good time to do that.
All right, I got you, folks. I'm gonna take over.
6 minutes left for the news as well, and the candle to close, so I think it's a good time to do that.
All right, I got you, folks. I'm gonna take over.
The candle to close for the news as well, and the candle to close, so I think it's a good time to do that. Wow, Mac. I think we do.
Come on, Mac, mute yourself.
Yeah, I removed Mac.
Thanks.
Well, he said he's going to leave anyway. Constant means over blue in a week or over all blues in months. How you considered you as consistent profit maker at beginning. What? Consistent means over blues in a week? I think consistent means having consistent analysis. There's a bit of a language barrier with that question. What job did you do on the oil rig? I was floor hand, roughneck. Google roughneck on the drilling rigs. Yeah, be right back. All right, boys and girls. Let's see what's happening with the news here. I guess nothing happened here. We're at 1732 on gold.
Yo, Rakeel, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yo, what's good? It's Andrew. I have a question. I sent my chart before, and I said I was like ignoring the 15-minute time frame, and it hit my stop loss for like a pip, and now it's like showing, it's going back into like the buys for what I sent before. But me, it's like I'm just wondering how would I give in the trade a second chance, maybe.
What pair was that?
GJ, my bad. You see how like right now the 30-minute just closed over like the 30-minute resistance, but like on the 15-minute I find it's a bit ugly, but you see how like the new the 8:30 30-minute just closed above it?
Yeah.
Would you have entered like? Would I have taken the same entry as my first position, or like entered at the close of this candle, or at like the break of the other high, or like?
To take buys?
Yeah, exactly.
I have no comment on that because I don't see this range as a good buy over here.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's just. I mean, it's just too difficult at this point. It's ranging at this point.
Yeah, I know. No, but it's just I don't like switching on my bias and like it's flipping to my original bias. You know what I mean? Because I find the sells were proper, but
yeah. For me, better buys are going to be above 149.200.
Yeah, for sure. Like I took it on the close of the first bullish 30-minute. I was just looking at that, you know. And now it's a bit uglier.
Oh, right here?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I remember. Okay. Yeah.
And it hit my stop loss like a pip, and then it's going back into like the profit.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's kind of ugly on the smaller time frames.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult at this point.
Thanks, though.
Yeah, you're welcome. Did you enter a trade while making coffee? No. No, man. No. Y'all started with 10-cent lots, right? Yep. How did your emotions went after taking bigger and bigger lot sizes? Was it comfortable over time? Took me a quite long time. Yeah, it's pretty difficult in the beginning. You know, when you jump from 10-cent lots to 50-cent lots, now your losses go from $10 to $50, right? So then you really got to manage risk at that point. I think now it's really easy to increase lot sizes because now we got the concept of risk management down. So, like, you know, let your ability to manage risk give you the confidence to increase lot sizes. Man, that's a pretty deep wording over there. Let your ability to manage risk give you the confidence to increase lot sizes. Yeah, I'm gonna write that down somewhere. Send a quick copyright. All right, what's this? Gold. Oh, nice. And enter when this candle made a new high. Nice. You took a buy over here on gold. Clean range here to the left hand side. Oof, rejection here too. What a difficult day here today, guys. GA is maybe trying to move up here now in this area. Oh, this is a 30-minute support. Yeah, looks good to continue moving up on GA. But I don't trade GA at all, so I'm not sure how valid this move is going to be. It's like an 18-20 pip range here. GJ is just ranging. Gold is ranging here. Hippity squatching around. Your JPY is a mess. Wow, look at that range. Did you actually go to get coffee or you disappeared to enter trade in secret? No, I went to make green tea and then I found out we were all out of green tea pods. You know, those little pods you get? And then I came back. I had a sip of my mango juice and I came back. I think it's easy when it comes to risk management. If you can't afford to lose it, don't do it. That's absolutely true. Your webinar on managing risk on MicroFluidity website that you had, is there a way to purchase recording? No, it's done forever. Yeah, there's nothing to do now. I mean, yeah, there's nothing. There's just gotta wait now. Just gotta wait for this to break. Wait 24 minutes. It's like watching paint dry. This is what happens when you vote for Biden, man. There's no volume in the markets anymore. You had Trump. You know, when Trump wakes up, Trump is up at like 7 a.m. and by 7:30, his first tweet is out the door. You know, and that sets the market up for some good volume for the rest of the day. You got Biden here. Biden doesn't wake up till like noon, man. Man is waking up in no volume time, providing zero volume. I mean, honestly, you look at the charts before October 2020. Okay, not even October 2020. We got the whole virus thing happening. Look at the charts before October 2019. Lots of volume, big ass candles. Even on holidays, man, we had a lot of volume.
Maybe Trump has his own trading company to
Yeah.
move the market.
100%. 100% he had people on the side sitting there, and Trump would say, all right, guys, so this is the tweet I'm sending. We're moving up on pound yen, or we're moving down on gold. There was a time, I remember there was this one NFP, and he came out the night before saying that this NFP is going to be the greatest NFP of all time. And
Wow.
guess what happened? Gold dropped. And if he came, we smashed sells on gold. We had buyers in USD We're like, yeah, this is easy. We're going up. And that's exactly what happened. We went up, gold went down. And then the SEC told Trump that, hey, man, I mean, you can't really do this. So Trump was like, oops, my bad. He's like, I didn't know we didn't have to do this. Yeah, it was pretty good NFP at that time.
Sorry, Rakeel, take it easy.
All right, man. Take it easy, Andrew. This month took 22 trades, all GJ, 1 to 2 trades a day. Profit is negative 1.2%. Been demo trading for 2 months. This is good results for a beginner. I think this is excellent results for a beginner. In the beginner phase is difficult, man, because you don't understand risk management. You're more emotional about trades. But if you're only taking 1 or 2 trades a day and your results so far is negative 1.2%, I think that's amazing. That's close to break even, man, and that's absolutely amazing. So I guess with time, also what you're doing at the same time is you're going over all the trades you're taking at the same time. You're making notes about them as well. So I think by second month, you should be really getting the grip on this. 1 month is nothing. 1 month is basically a write-off. Where can I find your live from yesterday? You can find it. I'm going to paste the link in Zoom here. So whoever's listening right now, let's just copy this link right here. I'll paste the link in the YouTube here as well for you guys. What's a good size of range to take? Probably I'd say like ideally you would want to see a range of like 25 pips. Ideally 25 pips. That'd be pretty good. What's happening on pound yen? Just a little bit, nothing over here. All right. Would you be taking a trade if price breaks the zone in the NYSE? Yes, I'd be taking a trade above 149.200 if we break above around New York Stock Exchange Open. But we'll see how price reacts to this level at this point. Everything this is just ranging. GA is also in this level over here. Looking at gold, we're still at 1732. Very difficult here today. GJ might go up to fill the previous 4-hour wick. I mean, could happen, right? Looking on the 4-hour time frame, could happen. I mean, if this 4-hour candle is closing bullish, let's just do fresh analysis over here. So this candle is about to close in about 18 minutes over here. Looking on the 1-hour time frame, we have a resistance forming at this level, 149.200 obviously, right? We have a resistance forming here. If we break above this area, we can easily come up towards 149.350 right here. And then our next level of resistance is at 149.600. So these are the zones we have right now. Yeah, there we go. 149.200 and 149.350 all the way up over there, 15 pips away. Let's take a look at this chart over here, US 30. Potential buys above 32,580. Above these wicks, yes, makes sense. Above these wicks. Got clean candle to the left hand side as well, and potential sell below this area. This is excellent. You identified the most recent resistance, most recent support, and then you identified where price can move on to if it breaks support and if it breaks resistance. Very good, Orlando. Very nice, very nice. Hey Raja, you're like Drake. You come from nothing to something.
What'd you say?
Oh, what? Oh. Hey, can you give me any feedback about my analysis? I've seen your videos recently, and I've been practicing technical analysis for some months. All right, let's take a look over here. Technical analysis coming in right now. GBP USD. If price breaks above 1.37340, we have clean range here to the left hand side. You can continue up to this area. Okay, makes sense. Same idea for sells. Yeah, makes sense. This is it. Simple analysis. All we got to do is just wait now. You know, most people lose when you don't wait. Now we have a support. We have resistance. If we break resistance, we know we're going to head off to. If we break support, we know where we will head off to. Right now, it all comes down to just waiting. That's it. You know, took a trade here today, losing trade today. Took a trade yesterday, losing trade yesterday. So, you know, it is what it is. But every day, we still got to wait and got to focus on the same things every day. cTrader is showing New York Stock Exchange Open. Can you please explain the difference? I don't know, but the New York Stock Exchange opens at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. What's the difference? There's no difference. All right, let's see here. Strong momentum in German business activity thanks to booming manufacturing. Okay. Oh, these were the Euro news here overnight. Lockdown job hunting. I've applied to over 300 jobs. Oh, there's a much harsher lockdown coming in for Ontario now. It's going to be a lot of fun. Pound, New Zealand, 24 pip range coming up. I think if you look at it from a zones perspective, your first zone is right over here for price to move up to. And I guess you're anticipating volume to continue pushing price through this wick over here as well. You know, and then I think it's going to be a pretty nice trade for price to continue bullish. It's pretty good. Looks pretty good. At the same time, maybe manage sells as well too. What would make it go down? Probably a rejection at this resistance could make it go down. Chipotle restaurants are coming to Canada. Well, during a lockdown, I think, yeah, I don't know. Should be a good idea. Maybe they have a plan. Oh, what's this? Oh, oh, okay. NYSC is going to open in 44 minutes. Oh, we got the entire times over here. I just clued that in. Nice. cTrader is showing NYC session, not stock exchange. Yeah, NYC, there's no such thing as an NYC sessions. I'm not sure why it's showing that. NYC session means New York City session. So there's no such thing as a New York City session. New York City. Oh, look at that. We got the indexes over there. We got the US 30 index. Got the UK 100, DAX. I used to know this guy on Instagram. He used to trade DAX a lot. It was very, very profitable. This was like when I first started trading. Look at this, man. Doesn't make any sense at all. Look at what's going on over here. Concerned about third wave of this says another lockdown would be absolutely terrible. You know what these guys did? They increased the restaurant seating limit from 10 to 50 people. Not even from 10 to 20, 10 to 40, 10 to 50 people. And I mean, I don't know. Why increase the limit when, oh, the third lockdown will be terrible, guys? Yeah, I don't know. It's all just fake hype over there. Anyway, can you kindly refer to us some sort of a material handout regarding price action candlestick study? Would be grateful. Okay, so all the gulag here, I'm going to give you guys a secret that has been in front of you for all this long, but no one has taken advantage of it. And I'm getting really close to removing that from the internet. So this is, I'm going to give you the last chance to kind of like get into this, and you will really like it. So you go over here, right? Go to this link right here. Go to this link and then go to Trading Nuggets. Open Trading Nuggets right here. You open Trading Nuggets, and these are text commentary from January 2020 to May 2020. And it's in a form of points, right? Points by Ted, points by me. Like, you know, always view your charts each day with a fresh pair of eyes. And then more by me. Where's by Ted? Ted comes here. Okay, yeah, Ted. Whenever you start feeling pressured in making a decision, you are most probably making an uninformed decision most of the time. Trading as standing up, which you do as comfortably as you can. Try and be as comfortable as you can when taking a trade. Yeah, these are some really, really, really good points over here. Really good points over here. You need to read all of these. A liquidity grab is when price goes to the opposite direction without any reason, but quickly goes back in the former direction. It means orders were taken to continue in the initial direction. The more you execute, go back and refine your ideas, the less you become lost. See, this is what I talk about all the time. The more you execute, go back and refine your ideas, the less you become lost. Whenever you take a trade, just go over that trade and see what you did, and you're gonna find something every time. Took a trade today and it was a loss, but closed partials as it came to drawdown. $25 loss was only $8. No idea why nobody else is really teaching it. Appreciate you. Oh, nice, man. Thank you. Thank you. No one's focusing on risk management because it's not appealing. You know, risk management is not exciting. You know, what's exciting is seeing blue profits and you know, right? So I think risk management is very important as well. So I took 3 losses so far this week, and so far this week I'm down almost $1,300, right? So it's going to be very easy to make those losses back. All right, perfect. Please, I'm new here, and who will put what? I'm new here, and who will put me through? Anyone has trading nugget link, please share. Oh my God, iPad. We just went through this. We just went through this. Look, you click over here. I mean, wow, man, we just went through this. It's right over here. Oh my God, just can't believe it. I just can't believe it, man. So you go to my Instagram account. You go to my Instagram account, Raja Banks, and then you click on this link right here. And then you click on trading nuggets right over here. Oh, we got to remove this one here. So see, you got a lot of things over here. Forex 101, reading market structure, really good webinar. You go over here and you're going to get this webinar here. It's me teaching the webinar. YouTube live streams, broker use 2020 trading journal. Yeah, so this one right over here. I think the most important thing in trading is risk management. Without adequate risk management, I think your journey will go down the drain. That's absolutely true. Or you're going to drive yourself down the drain. I can't blame you for getting annoyed when these people find it so hard to listen for 10 seconds. Yeah, but at the same time, I think like sometimes we get distracted as well. So at times I don't really mind repeating the same things either. All right. Would you use the same lot size to recover the money back, or would you reduce the lot size to recover and then switch back to original lots? It depends on the risk, it depends on, it basically depends on the risk. I mean, if you've lost an amount which has caused you that now that when you use the 1% risk, your lot size is going to be smaller, then so be it, that's going to be smaller. With confidence, you're going to get it back. So, for example, right? For example, me, so far, this week in total, I used, let me see here. So far, total this week, I used 15, 15, 30, 45, 45 plus 8, 53 lots, right? So far this week. I'm in a net loss of $1,300, So if I keep the same lot size, I'm going to make all this back. There's no problem at all. I'm going to make all this back. But when you're really managing risk, you don't need to lower down your lot size because you're managing risk at that point. If your losses are, let's say, 5 pip loss, but your wins are normally 10 to 12 pips, even if you take 2 losses in a row, 1 win is going to bring you back to break even. Good morning. Question for small account size. Do you recommend to trade small positions and compound profits while simultaneously adding capital? I think the best way to do that, if you have a small account, focus on that small account for about 2 months. 3 months. Focus on that account for like 2-3 months. And with time and confidence, you're going to add more money to it. We have some members here that started with $1,000 accounts. They were consistent for about 2 months. They ran that account to, let's say, 1,700. And then I know one of them, I think you're here in the Zoom, you added 2,000 more to that account. Only because you got confidence and then you added 2,000 more. And now that account is, I think it's at 8,000 or something, 8,500, something like that. In 4.5 months, I think. So, 4.5 months is still a pretty long time if you think about it. But first comes confidence. Confidence comes from managing risk, comes from taking less trades a day, and that's about it. Hello, assalamu alaikum. How are you?
fine, sir. How about you?
Good, good.
As a former banker, you have played my analysis on Instagram.
We're having a very hard time hearing you. There's a huge issue with the mic.
Sir, I am saying that I want to thank you that you have shared my analysis yesterday on your Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
It was just a noise thing, but still, I just feel very confident after that, especially trading for gold. Thank you.
No, it was very good. It was very good. So I had to share it with people. I had to show them, you know?
Thanks. Thank you, sir. It's all cause of you. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Let's see here. Do you think any given time in the Forex would you become an end after so many people will learn how to trade it? I don't think a lot of people will learn how to trade Forex profitably because most people cannot manage their own emotions when it comes to trading or when it comes to money, you know, or greed. So I think the Forex is going to stay here for a very, very, very long time. What is your advice if someone is down 10% in 1 week? I've said it 10 times and I'll say it again. Go over all your losses and see where you did wrong, why you took that loss, what did you miss out in that loss, and how you could have taken a winning trade. Just going over your losses is going to help you out a lot. You know, and most people don't go over their losses, and I don't know why. It's very important. When you take a loss, go over that loss. If that loss was because your analysis was wrong, so be it. You know, your analysis was wrong. But if that loss was because the market decided that that's not the right time to go in your favor, then you basically had to manage risk. And if you didn't manage risk, you need to then see how you could have managed risk in that trade. Like this sell we had earlier on, this sell was based on the 30-minute candle kind of like breaking below these areas to continue down, but I guess market didn't want to go down at that point. So we managed risk at that point. And that was a pretty good example of managing risk here today. I hate my brother. He lost $10,000 today again in Forex. Yeah, over trading is going to get you. I know your next words are going to be, I'm going to call it a day over here. Please stay to see you another break on GJ. No, I'm going to have to leave. I have to get ready for the gym. I have to make breakfast. Yeah, I have a whole lot of things to do here today. Okay. At 11 a.m. Golden rule, 1 to 2 trades a day. Always review your trades, manage risk, don't overtrade. That's it. This is it. This is it. Tamuni, you just gave out the secret here for everybody. This secret is the easiest tip in trading, but it's really, really hard to manage right over here. So this is the secret. I'm going to put it out for the gulag right over here. This is the secret to be a profitable trader. Right here. Hey, sometimes when volume is high, the candles are small. Does volume mean number of ticks in the time period? When volume is high, the candles have to be bigger. You know, they can't be small. That's the thing. So when you have smaller candles, that means the volume is low at that time. Like right now, we see the candles are smaller here, so volume is pretty low. So you're expecting candles to get bigger as you go into a volume session, right? So slowly we're moving into NYSE, New York Stock Exchange Open. So that's when volume is going to start to get big again, you know. So as we move in there, we're going to start to see bigger candles forming, and then we're going to see, okay, you know what, volume is coming back in the market. So now let's take a look on the 4-hour candle. 4-hour candle closed with the wick. Looking at the 1-hour candle, 1-hour closed bullish below resistance. So, right, we're just ranging at this point now in pound yen. Gold also ranging at this point. 1-hour candle closed bullish. 4-hour candle closed below resistance, 1733. Yeah, it's a mess over here today. Let's see here. Do you count this fake out as a new level of support? Yes. So if you break below this level of support, this is going to be the next level of support over here. I think people see 1 to 2 trades a day and wonder, why am I still not profitable? Because those 1 to 2 trades need to be good trades. Yes. Yes, sir. Hey, Raja, will you try to trade out of your session to recover your loss? No. No. I'm going to come back tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to come back tomorrow. Taking a loss doesn't mean that you're going to go back in the market to recover that loss. It doesn't mean that way. If you're taking 1 or 2 trades, then that's it. You're taking 1 or 2 trades. You know, you're executing on 1 to 2 trade ideas. Have you ever had a student in the past that wasn't able to learn how to trade at all, or could not grasp the concept of trading no matter how long she tried to learn? No, not really. I think for the most part what happens is that people, when they start taking losses, they just go quiet. You know, they go quiet. They kind of like seclude themselves away from the group and stuff like that. And I think that's the most damaging situation to be in. You know, when you're taking losses, you're supposed to speak up. Be like, hey, you know, I'm having a bad time. What should I do? It's like, yeah, it's like you need to speak up on that, you know, if you're taking losses. Because if you speak up on that, someone's going to be there to help you, 100%. Hey, does the bull run of market on Bitcoin is the reason why gold is bearish on high time frames? Yes. It's also due to a lot of things. We have vaccine rollouts. We have US is opening back up again. Some states open back up again in the US. We have talks about the stimulus that's also pushing gold down on the high time frame. You know, so all those things are having an impact on it. And it looks like we should be moving up over here. But with this, guys, I'm going to head off here. Thank you again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. We're going to answer one last question. How did you come up, or why did you come up with taking profits at 10 pips only? This was introduced to me from my mentor, Ted, in the beginning. He used to take profits like 10 pips, 12 pips, and I was like, oh, perfect, makes sense, right? And I started taking profits at 10 pips, and they worked mostly all the time. You know. Obviously, the goal was like 50, 60 pips, but not every day you get 50, 60 pips, right? But every day you can get 10 pips from one pair. And yeah, man, 10 pips is all we need. Build a lot around 10 pips here. Okay, take care, everyone. Be safe. We shall see you tomorrow morning.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.